Hello, hello, dear travelers. It is I, Alter Deliria, the star inhabiting the abandoned space station, and today we are going to be checking out the Willowmist Emporium Antiques and Curiosity demo. I would like to make that very clear. I know it's in the title and stuff, but this is a demo, so please do not judge the game too harshly and all that, because again, this is a demo. But for anyone who does not know anything about this game, this is by the same studio that made this is by the same studio that made Date with Death. So we will see. I haven't played a Date with Death. I have it. I have the game. I haven't played it though. Um it's in my to playlist. I just also have a lot of other games, and I'm still technically in a semi hiatus. I've just had a bit more free time this week. Um don't expect this to continue on for next week. I'm very sorry to say that. Um you will see me probably over the weekend. Um and I want to see if I have time to do an art stream, because it's been a bit since I've done an art stream and I want to do that. Um but yeah, this is basically for the game itself. This is going to be a sort of like, it's going to be part dating sim, but more importantly, we are running an antique shop, and we basically have to decide like, what do we sell, what do we keep, like how do we price it and all that. So yeah, I'm excited to see what is currently possible in the demo itself, and I am also excited to see how I feel about it by the end of it, so that, you know, we might play the full thing once it releases. But yeah, without further ado, let us begin with the game. There's a game difficulty? Those here normal do not feature game overs for being unable to pay your bills, but hard mode does. Um, this is the demo. We're gonna go with normal. This is the demo. I want to make sure that we don't miss out on anything right now. To my dearest Sprout. Sprout hardly seems like a fitting nickname anymore, does it? By now, you must be towering over your mother. She always was a short little thing. Don't tell her I called her that, okay? I fear it would make our relationship even worse than it is now, if that's even possible. I digress. My dearest Sprout, it's been far too long since I last saw you. Still, I picture in my mind a toddler with a mess of orange hair who insisted on wearing their rain boots on the sunniest of days. Who would remove their smog lest they get paint on it. Who would turn their nose up at chocolate but sneak carrots from the fridge when no one was looking. You always have had your own way of doing things, my dear. That is precisely why I am entrusting you with my greatest treasure, my antique store. Well, for the next 3 months, anyhow. After a lifetime of living in the city, a bit of country air ought to do you well. Willowmist is special to me, and I think soon enough it will be special to you too. It has its quirks, which I'm sure you'll realize quickly, but it has a way of growing on you. Or perhaps it's the other way around, like a parasite, or maybe a fungus. Either way, I suspect you'll fit in just fine. I am only sorry I cannot be there to greet you. Responsibilities pull me away from Willowmist, but you don't have to worry about that. I'm sure you'll hear enough rumors about where I've gone to satisfy your curiosity. Trust me, whatever they say will be nowhere near as interesting as the truth. To find the store, take a left from the train station, then a right when you notice the breeze pickup. Then turn around and walk backwards for 7 steps, close your eyes, and turn around again. You'll find it soon enough. We're gonna be so lost. It's gonna be nighttime. I'm gonna be still walking around here. We're like, where's the fucking antique shop? I can't find it. Bro told me to go left. I went left, told me where the breeze picks up. I went there, turned around, did the 7 steps, did not find it. I don't know where I am anymore. I think I've seen that building 5 times now. Don't know where I am in town anymore. Where is the train station anymore? I don't know. I don't know where anything is. I'm new here. I have an employee there waiting for you. He's not the easiest to get along with, but I doubt anyone could resist your charm. You're much like your aunt in that respect. Take care of the store, Sprout. Take care of yourself. And for heaven's sake, don't try to sell the vase with a bird on it. It's cursed. Why do we have it up for sale then? With all my love and faith in you. Aunt Sylvie. P.S. If you find Florian napping on the job, make sure to tuck him in. He doesn't get enough sleep, that boy. You pulled a buzz from your pocket, the familiar sensation of a word mother. The train continued shuddering along on its track in an almost comfortable way. Darling, won't you reconsider? It's such a big move. You've always lived nearby. You won't know anyone, so if anything goes wrong... Why not stay home? I'm already nearly there, Mom. Do you worry too much? You know that? Alright. I'm not gonna turn... No. We are keeping with the tradition of me playing any game that resembles a visual novel to any capacity and not being able to fucking speak my words. Considering I'm on a train in the middle of nowhere, it might be a little late, Mom. As much as I'd love to get on the return train back, I really wouldn't. It took 4 hours to get here. I just don't understand why you left so suddenly, frowny face. Aunt Sylvie needs someone to watch the shop, you know that. I'm sure she has friends there. She also has family, you know. Winky face. Would you reconsider? Sorry, Mom. I love you, but I'm looking... I love you, but I'm looking forward to a few months away from home. New people, fresh air, and a real job. Winky face. You've never even worked at a store before, let alone ran one. Aunt Sylvie says someone will be there to help out. It's an antique store in a tiny town in the middle of nowhere. I don't think it will be particularly busy. I swear you got your stubborn streak straight from my sister. Okay, baby. Just stay safe, okay? Don't walk about alone at night. Make sure to lock the doors and call me if anything happens. Of course, Mom. I will, Mom. Everything will be fine. Smiley face. Train's about to pull up. I'll text you later. Smiley face. Okay, I love you. XXX. Love you too. Oh. I really hope this isn't copyrighted. Wow. Every antique has a secret, every trinket has a tale, every person has a story that is waiting to unveil. Something in me feels aware that there's this untold magic in the air. I can't shake off this feeling. Oh my god. Hello? Oh. Hello, meow. Oh, you're cute. My god. Broken puzzle pieces fall right into place. Wow. Oh my god. How can I do customs? I think I'm gonna go for he for subject and then it's for object. Do I want to keep Sage? I actually really love the name Sage. My D&D character is actually named Sage. I should talk about him at some point. Maybe during the art stream, because I know what I want to do on the art stream, so maybe I'll draw him during the art stream and talk about Sage there. I'll change my name. And I also realized doing this that I need to... Oh, maybe... Okay, maybe this isn't supported yet because of the demo. That's okay though. The air was chilly as you stepped out of your train and onto the platform, if you could even call it that. It seemed more like a graveyard than any of the train platforms you'd ever Okay. It seemed more like a graveyard than any of the train platforms you'd ever frequented back in the city. No matter the hour, they would be completely packed, with people coming and going, rushing for reasons you could never quite understand. For reasons they may never understand either. The platform was completely empty. No one waited to get on, and you were the only person who got off. Where chatter would usually greet you, all that you heard on this quiet platform in the middle of the countryside was the sound of the wind rustling the trees and the chirping of crickets hidden amongst the weeds. I can chirp back! I'm gonna chirp back, I love that. With more effort than you'd be willing to admit, you attempted to chirp back, but found that the sound was actually harder than you expected. More practice would be required. Gathering up your belongings, which you brought only a few of, you quickly found your aunt's letter once again. Also, if anyone watches me and it's like, wow, your mouse isn't moving when you talk, is it because of the traffic? No, it's because I generally talk like this. I barely move my lips when I talk. Like, if you see me open my mouth, I have to consciously, consciously, open my mouth to speak. Because I generally do not move my lips when I speak. Gathering up your belongings, which you brought only a few of, you quickly found your aunt's letter once more. Left from the station, then right when the wind picks up. I'm not sure what the weather has to do with it. Well, it's supposed to be a pretty small town, and I'm sure I'll find it. Oh, this is cute. I like this. Wow. We're so cute. I think we're so cute. Look at us. We're so cute. Whoa. From the way your aunt had described the quaint countryside town of Willowmist, you had expected 2 shacks and a farm if you were lucky. Instead, upon taking a left when you exited the station, you found yourself in a town center that was significantly more vast than you first imagined. You smiled as you pulled your suitcase up a small flight of stairs, eyes searching around the beautiful facades and rural landscapes. Music drifted out from somewhere unseen. It seemed almost like the sound of change, of newfound freedom. A few people passed you as you continued onwards, though for the most part you had the street to yourself. Even that was strangely foreign to you. Where you grew up, there were always people around, no matter the hour. You took a deep breath into your lungs. The air was cool and fresh. The scent of flowers drifted towards you as the wind picked up, changing course. So, right now? You glanced to the right and found a street there that ran away from the town center. What did she write? Turn around and walk backwards for 7 steps, and close my eyes and turn around again? You could have just sent me the address. It was a half chuckle, half sigh. You turned around and began walking backwards, hoping you wouldn't crash into anyone, though the chances of that seemed slim at that time of night. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Slowly, you close your eyes, removing sight from the equation, and spun back around and opened them back up. And sitting before you was a quaint little store with green paneling and a sloped roof, and a metal sign hanging above the door. If it was me, I'd be lost. I would not know. I would be like, okay, a left here. Reads the paper. I somehow took 5 rights, and I don't know where I am. At least I didn't take 7 lefts, and found something I wasn't supposed to find. It read, the Willowmist Emporium of Antiques and Curiosities. There you are, I've been looking for you. You're even prettier than my aunt sent. You reached down and searched under the doormat and quickly found the key that your aunt left for you. Its brass surface was marked with blemishes that all seemed to say how well loved this building was. The key turned in the lock soundlessly as you pushed the door open. Tables upon tables of antiques and knickknacks greeted you. A dozen different lampshades and chandeliers hung from the ceiling, lighting up the space. Whoa. She sure has put together an interesting collection. Is collection the right word? It looks a bit too chaotic for that. Potted plants dotted the room, bringing a bit of life to the otherwise still space. Carefully, you put your luggage to the side, cautious of knocking over anything and causing what would be the worst game of dominoes ever. And then you walk through the aisles. If they could be called that, and inspected the store. You'd never visited Willowmist before, nor seen any photos of it, yet somehow you felt a strange sense of familiarity. It made you feel at ease, despite being far away from your home for the first time in your life. You dropped everything to come here. You quit your casual job. They were hardly giving you hours anyway, only a week ago. You didn't renew your lease. Fortunately, the timing worked out well, since it was coming to an end regardless. Friends back home only found out about your temporary move a few days before your train left. Honestly though, you weren't that close to anyone. It always felt like the friends you kept around you had other friends they would have preferred spending time with. That seemed to happen as you got older. The natural drifting apart of people who you once clung to like your... Who you once clung to like your life depended on it. You needed a change. So here you were, in the middle of the countryside town to Willowmist, surrounded by rolling hills and mountain ranges like you'd never seen before. If... Hello! Hi! He has fangs. I have fangs too. We have so much in common. Hi. Hi. Jesus Christ. Who the... Whatever the man was carrying in a box a moment ago was now sprawled out over the floor, dropped with surprise. With mouth agape, he stared at you, still grasping for words. Listen, if you wanted to rob the store, you could have done it before I got here. Common courtesy and all that. If I was going to rob a store, it wouldn't be this dump. Hey, my aunt probably put a lot of work into this dump. Wait, forget about that. Why would I be the one robbing the store? I was here first. If anyone was going to be robbing it, it'd be you. I didn't see you when I came in. I was in the storeroom. We're starting off so great. We're starting amazing. Can you prove it? Why should I be the one to prove it? You're the one who just waltzed in here. The man sighed at the most tired, exasperated sigh you'd ever heard, and the eye bags under his eyes seemed to give away who he was. Alright, you're Florian, aren't you? Unfortunately. And you must be Altair. The last time I checked, yeah. Why are you here so late? It was the only train coming into town today. Didn't my aunt tell you I was coming? The same way she tells me anything. Vaguely. I didn't even know what you looked like. You nearly gave me a heart attack. Then we're even. God, you're exactly like your aunt. Great. Why does he look so sad? Is he pouting? Oh my god, he's pouting. Oh, I need to bite him. I need to bite his cheek. Oh, you are so... Okay. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'll take that as a compliment. You shouldn't. What are you doing here so late, by the way? What? Don't get along with... What are you doing? I'm not gonna bring up my aunt right now. I'm not gonna do that. I don't think I need to do that. What are you doing here so late anyway? Does my aunt really make you work this much overtime? No. I was just neatening up before you arrived. Oh, you were making the place neat for me? Okay. Okay. You just said you didn't know when I was getting here. What can I say? I just have an amazing work ethic or something. If you're suspicious as all hell, but I respect it. Still, you should get some sleep. You look tired. He's so fucking cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. He's so cute. Did she at least tell you about the living accommodations? Nope, she doesn't really give details, as I'm quickly becoming aware of. No shit. She really just left all this crap to me. I ought to quit that teacher. But what would I do without you? We don't know each other and we're not friends. You'd be fine. Then how about we be friends? I'm good. You can sleep upstairs, but it's a mess. Sylvie isn't known for her neatness. A mess is fine. I'm sure I'll fit right in. Whatever. Get some sleep or don't. I'll be working for a bit longer. Do you need some help? From someone who looks like they don't know which side of a mop to hold? No. It's the side with the sponge, right? I'm kidding. It's a joke. I know how to use a mop. You've probably been traveling all day. Just sleep. You almost sound like you care. I don't. I guess Sylvie didn't tell you anything about actually running the store either. Nope! She said you'd teach me. Like I'm some expert. I just wash the floors. Fine, I'll try to help tomorrow afternoon. Not in the morning? I don't do mornings. Okay. Gathering up your luggage, you stared up the staircase. Get some sleep soon, alright? Don't stick around too much longer, right? Get some sleep. Yeah, sure. Without another glance in your direction, Florian collected his dropped box and went back into the storage room. I need him so bad. I need him so bad. One set up at... I also need to be able to speak properly. That'd be also really nice, you know. If I could speak properly, that'd be really, really nice. One set up at... One step at a time, you dragged your suitcase up the stairs and into your new home for the next 3 months. Your aunt's upstairs apartment felt almost like a continuation of downstairs, like a quilt stitched together with mismatched memories. A half-read book with reading glasses resting atop the pages sat on the worn armchair. Tangled yarn as soft as clouds and as bright as spring blooms spilled from a basket. The table was set and waiting for you, expecting your company. It was almost like time was paused here, in a place where vintage clocks softly ticked in unison, mismatched mugs rested in cozy clusters, and the air smelled ever so faintly of lavender and old books. And that wasn't to mention the abundance of potted plants that filled the room. It was as if a forest had crept in and decided to stay. You placed down your bags and grinned like a child who had just found a new secret hiding spot. The weight of the world and all of your previous worries seemed to melt away, even just a little bit. This was going to be a fun 3 months. You could already tell. Unpacking could wait for tomorrow. For now, you unzipped your suitcase and pulled out your pajamas, then got changed and settled into bed. The sheets were crisp and white, yet the pillows fluffed and the gentle atmosphere of Willowmist slowly began to help you drift off to sleep. As you laid there, surrounded by the scent of linen not your own, you swore for a moment you could feel someone watching you. Is there going to be someone else that's gonna be a love interest that did not appear in the opening scene, and they're gonna be a little bit of a creature? For me? For me? For me? But then you fell into a deep sleep, none the wiser. Hey! Day 2. When your eyes fluttered, also, why do we only have $50 to our name? When your eyes fluttered open the next morning, a small amount of panic settled in your stomach. This was in your apartment? Oh.
Oh my god, we're so cute.
Right, Willowmist, Aunt's place. Not back home anymore. That'll probably take a bit of getting used to. I'm used to, like, moving around so much that, like, having to go to hotels or just, like, moving places and stuff like that, that I don't think I've ever experienced this feeling of, like, waking up and being like, I'm not at my bed. Because I'm just kind of used to waking up, like, in different places like that. Out of context, that sounds like I'm, like, appearing where I'm not supposed to be. But you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You looked out the window where you could see sunlight cascading in from between the outstretched arms of trees. I can also speak, I think. It still looked to be early, which was good. You wanted a chance to look around the store before Florian got back. Maybe you'd even be able to impress him? That seemed like a big maybe. You weren't sure, but he seemed like the difficult to impress type of guy. Well, you did like a challenge. You quickly dressed and raided the kitchen for breakfast, which you found half stocked with food. Your aunt left some fresh vegetables and fruits and a few microwavable meals. They'd have to do for now. You find the grocery store another day, hopefully. With a pear half-eaten in your hand, you made your way back downstairs. The store had a different vibe during the day. It seemed almost whimsical, like the collection of some peculiar witch who decided a horde of lampshades was better than herbs. You once again walked between the tables, noting that despite the clutter, everything was dust-free. Florian wasn't lying about cleaning, at the very least. Walking up to the counter, you noticed a distinct lack of technology. There was no computer or electronic cash register there, and only an old till that seemed to be an antique itself. All of the accounts looked to be handwritten in a journal that sat upright in a book stand next to it. In my opinion, when it comes to antiques, you kind of have to do it like this. For the vibes. And also, keeping stuff on paper is kind of becoming more and more reliant as technology progresses, which you would think would be the opposite, but nope. Because we have people who don't understand that people should be allowed to own the things that they make. And that they buy and purchase. Either your aunt had a fantastic accountant or was committing tax fraud, or maybe both. Still, the lack of anything electronic didn't surprise you. Since you were a child, she always wrote you letters rather than email or text. She was a little old school, but that didn't bother you. If anything, receiving a handwritten letter was exciting to you. You didn't know anyone else growing up who got letters. Except for people getting bills, but no one liked those letters. You understood that greatly now. Standing behind the counter and looking out towards the shop, you felt an overwhelming sense of purpose. This was your aunt's treasure, and she was leaving it to you. Well, for a few months, but that was besides the point. Alongside that sense of purpose was a small yet persistent reminder of just how insane this was, dropping everything to move to a town you'd never even visited because of an aunt you hadn't seen since childhood. Yippee! It was the most exciting choice of your life. You needed something like this, a chance to get to know who you really were. It was a knock on the door that pulled you out of your introspection, a very neat, crisp knock, if a knock could be neat and crisp. You could see a tall shadow on the other side of the door, but no details apart from that. Florian? You opened the door wide. Oh my god. Curiously peering at the stranger on the other side, who looked you up and down, looked at his watch, then shook his head and walked past you and into the store. Oh my god. Hi, you're so tall. Hello, you're so tall. Hi. We are so definitely doing his romance route when the full game comes out. We'll do Florian's and we'll do this one's route as well. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I hope you're not about to tell me you're Florian. That will make last night very strange for me. Florian? No, I am not Mr. Westbrook. I apologize if that disappoints. Never. Never. Why would that disappoint me? No. The Mr. Man put down his briefcase on the counter, then began pulling out paperwork and pens from within it. Not sure I've ever met a man that's actually used a briefcase before. I kinda dig it. You take a lot of things, don't you, my guy? I suppose I'll just have to wonder endlessly who exactly you are then? I do appreciate a mystery as much as the next person, but... right. It would be unlike Miss Marigold to leave you with any kind of instructions. He quickly pulled a business card out of his pocket. Emmett Finch, independent accountant at Finch Advisory. Oh ho! You know someone's important when their name is a part of the business. Maybe you ought to rebrand the store to Emporium. No. No. I don't think Laria would like that. Emmett, and you must be Altair. I'll admit I have heard very little of you, so we're starting out on equal footing. In short, I am your aunt's financial partner, her accountant, and now, by extension, yours for the time being. We have a lot to discuss regarding accounts, cash flow, and taxes. Such exciting topics for a Tuesday morning. You watched as he pushed up his glasses and nodded. Any time is the perfect time to talk numbers. I appreciate working with someone like-minded in that regard. I love it. I love him. 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 What experience do you have running a business? None. If I'm going to be honest with you, absolutely none. Absolutely none. None, zilch, zero. Yes, I do know what none means. I love you. Understood. It seems my role will be a little more hands-on than in previous months. I will bill Miss Marigold for the extra time we need to get you up to speed. That sounds expensive. Ah. All the good things in life are. Quietly, you watch him shuffle through his paperwork before pulling out one specific sheet of paper. I'll be frank with you, Miss Marigold's accounts are dire. Despite my protest, she makes little effort to remedy that fact. Sometimes I wonder whether she truly desires to own a business or not. Perhaps with you around, we'll see some change. Perhaps you won't. Time will tell. Whoa, thanks for the overwhelming support. With you on my side, I know I'm gonna knock it out of the park. I am supporting you. If I wasn't, I wouldn't be here. I am just not in the habit of giving false promises. At the very least, we will aim for Miss Marigold to not return to bankruptcy. We will try. I have $50 to my name. We're starting off really, really well. Sounds like a plan to me. I stopped by to have you sign a few forms, though only temporary. I like to keep my affairs in order. Sign here, please. One by one, you signed each and every form Emmett handed to you. And boy, there were a lot of forms. Great, my hand's starting to ache. Stay strong, Altera, you can do this. I wonder what this guy's deal is anyway. He must be a local, right? Maybe this would be a good chance to try to make a friend. While you're here, can I ask you a few questions? Be my guest. I have a little extra time before my next appointment. Are you a local? Do you live in Willowmist? Yes, my practice is located close to here. You'll find my address on the business card I gave you. Have you always lived here, or have I happened upon another wayward wanderer like myself? For my practice here, yes. I mean, you personally, not your practice. I don't see that it makes any difference. Is there much fun to be had around town? Apart from doing taxes, that is. Yeah. That depends on what you find fun. If you mean theme parks and musicals, then you're out of luck. If you enjoy hiking, dining, or live music, then there's plenty of that. I'm down to try new things. With you. I wish you all the luck trying them on your own time. You don't want to, you gonna come, you don't want to accompany me? We could go hang out together. Go hang out together. How long have you been working with my aunt? Span... He digs through his briefcase, nodding as his eyes scan the various documents. A year now, give or take a few weeks. How has it been? Satisfactory. Miss Marigold has had her accounts sorted, and I have been paid. So I believe that counts as a success. And how has she been to work with? Why do you ask? I haven't seen my aunt since I was a child. I was just wondering what she's like these days. She is fine, enough to work with, very memorable, that's all I'll say on the matter. Emmett looked down at his watch before setting his eyes on the door. I'll stop by in a few days to go over paying your bills and keeping the lights on. Until then, keep your accounting in the journal at the counter, and I will assess it when I return. I'll try my best. Apologies if they're not quite up to standard, but I'll have Florian here to help me, hopefully. Actually, are there any good breakfast places around here? My aunt left a few things, but I'd kill for a nice breakfast while I'm waiting. There's quite a few decent establishments. Well, are you hungry? We could grab a bite and have a mini tour of the town if you were up to it. You killed it, Altera. There's no way he can turn you down now. He said he had another appointment. Bestie, he said he had another appointment in a little bit. Emmett adjusted his glasses again, his expression impassive. Unfortunately, I'll have to pass. I'm paid for doing accounting, not for eating breakfast and tours. A good day, Mr. Marigold. You're just looking, you're like, oh. Just like that, he gathered his briefcase and walked out the front door. The chiming bells, the only reminder he was there in the first place. So cold. Aren't people from the countryside meant to be super welcoming? Meaning Florian and then Emmet seems a little harsh. I spun back around the doorway after hearing the bells, but found no one there. Strange. With a shrug, you found yourself turning back towards the store. It would still be a few hours until Florian turned up, so you decided you might as well familiarize yourself with the items around the store while you waited. You were surprised to find that a couple of hours barely scratched the surface when it came to inspecting the show floor. There was just so much stuff. And forget the amount of stuff, absolutely nothing had a price on it. Even digging through the paperwork at the counter, you couldn't find any notes about inventory or pricing. You were massaging your temples in stress when you heard the door chimes ring again. Hi. Hi. Whoa, he really doesn't want to get sunburned. I like the getup. Thanks, I don't like the sun. Is he actually a vampire? Is he actually a vampire? I'm not gonna lie, I did not really check about if there's any like supernatural elements in the game. I did not check that far. I checked like the bare minimum because that's how I like to play my games. I can see that much. Did you manage to get some sleep? I guess. Riveting conversation. Are you going to ask me how I slept? If I have to. And if I said you did? How did you sleep? You couldn't sound less interested. Funny that. Well, I'll pretend like you actually care then. Surprisingly, I slept really well. The bed was super comfortable. How fascinating. I'm happy for you. Really. With a sigh, you watched Florian drop his satchel back behind the counter before removing his various mismatched accessories. I don't suppose you worked out how to run the place while I was gone. Do you really think my aunt would make it so easy? She never does. He's so cute! Fine, I'll explain, but I'm not only going to do this once. If you don't pay attention, I'm not repeating myself. Don't worry, I'm listening. Don't worry, I'll pay attention. I'm a good listener when I want to be. He shrugged at that. I don't care if you listen or not. I just won't explain it again if you don't. Who buys things for cheap, then sell them for more. That's pretty much the gist of it. And? And what? That's all you're going to tell me? What else is there to tell you? That's how it works. I know how stores run, Florian. Then why am I bothering to explain it to you? You gotta give me more details than that or I'll run this place into the ground. Yes, I do need this job. Fine. Buy stuff, sell it for more, also keep it clean, or no one will want to come in. Right now, we're pretty much out of rubbish to sell, minus a few things I put behind the counter. What? I thought you were going to listen to me. How can we nearly be out of things to sell? There's stuff everywhere. You watched him as he looked around the room, then shrugged. They're just your aunt's decorations. All of that is decoration? I guess, I don't know, I don't make the rules, I just help out. That's crazy, how does anyone know what's for sale and what's decoration? I don't know. Fine. It's all just for looks, I can deal with that. How much do I sell things for then? Whatever you want to sell them for. How would I know? I'm not an antique salesman. You better become one quick, then, if you don't want to go broke. God, what have I gotten myself into? A mess. I wouldn't take on your job if my life depended on it. Just keep track of how much you buy shit for in that journal on the counter. You should be able to eyeball how much things are worth, but you'll get better as you go, probably. You could probably just adjust the price later if shit's not selling. Doesn't really matter. Let me see what you've got then. Looking behind the counter, you notice a handful of small knickknacks. They weren't much compared to the rest of your aunt's decorations, but they'd have to do. Alright then. Now what? You're the boss. I like the sound of that. Are you gonna call me Boss Altair? If I really have to talk to you, I'll probably just call you Altair. Well, if you have to talk to me? He just shrugged. You just shrugged. Okay. Fine, it's probably for the best anyway. You wouldn't want all this power to go to your head. All this power to go to my head, not his. He shrugged again, then found a broom and began to sweep up the already clean floor. There were already a few people hanging around outside, like they're waiting to talk to you or something. You're not a celebrity, are you? That's the last thing I could be bothered with. Not the last time I checked. The last time I checked, my Twitter account had 35 followers and most of them were bots. Probably not a celebrity then. Probably not, no. I love them actually, they're really cute. You walked towards the door and flipped over the sign to open. Outside, the afternoon sunlight filtered down like liquid gold, hitting the cobblestone just right. The trees swayed gently in the light breeze, and the cool air carried a faint scent of pine and distant baking from kitchen unseen. You breathed in deeply of that air for a moment, and it felt like an old friend stopping by to visit, warm, comfortable. Hey, Florian? Florian? Huh? Oh, right, I forgot you were there. Wishful thinking, I guess. You're so mean. I'm going to speak to you so much you won't be able to forget me next time. Great. Have you ever felt like you were being watched around the store, by the way? Watched? You're watching me right now, does that count? No, I mean, well, it does, but not in this case. I mean, watch when no one else is around. Not really, not any more than is normal, I guess. There's a normal amount of feeling like you're being watched? In this town? Yeah, probably. Huh, I was wondering something, by the way. Did you grow up here? Yeah. Never chose to leave town? No, nothing out there worth seeing. Have you never felt like being stuck in one place is like being in a cage? He paused at that, actually thinking. I guess the cage is pretty comfortable. I think that's why I came here, really. I wanted to help my aunt, of course, but the winds of change pulled me here. Pulls a lot of people here, I think. Really? Yeah, a lot of people who don't fit in anywhere else. Maybe that's why I'm here then. I doubt it. Huh? You look like you'd fit in just fine. He's so beautiful. Ah! I need to bite his cheek, I need to bite his cheek, I need to bite his cheek. You're muttering. Don't worry about it. You got family other than your aunt, I mean. My mom, but her and my aunt are a little estranged. They haven't spoken in years, I have no clue why. Huh. Usually people can't resist her. Oh, she's popular like that? What? No, I didn't mean... You have a crush on my aunt, Florian. No! It's not like that, really. I meant that she has a pull to her. She's annoying and nosy and probing, but she had a way with people. You can't help but get along with her. You seem a lot like her. That sounds like a pretty big compliment coming from you. What about you, anyway? Does your family live nearby? Maybe. They maybe live nearby? I don't see them anymore. Oh. I'm sorry for prying then. I pried first. Your eyes found the doorway where a young girl of perhaps 14 or 15 stood, eyes on you curiously. You're not Granny Sylvie. Hi! Granny? Granny? She's not that old, is she? I don't know, she looks pretty old to me. I'm not Tear. Granny Sylvie is my aunt. I'm just helping to run the place for a while. The girl studied you, crossing the room with a strange listlessness to her movements. Standing before you like that, she leaned in close. Hi, I'm Vienna. Sometimes people call me Vivi. You look very interesting, you know. I like the way your nose joins your face, and your eyebrows are cool. You're so funny, kid. This is my daughter now. I have adopted her. She's my daughter. Well, thanks. I like your eyes. Do you have heterochromia, or are they contacts? They're always been this way ever since they were. Hey, you sell things, right? Pretty things, cool things. It's my mom's birthday tomorrow. She likes pretty and cool things, and she's pretty and cool. Can I buy something for her here? Well, why don't you have a look around and see if anything catches your eyes? You have eye catchers here? I'll be careful then. Are all the people in this town just like that? Just like that, she left you standing there slightly bewildered while Florian had made his way away from the commotion. When his eyes met yours, he gave you a thumbs up and mouthed a nice nose. Your hand went up to your nose. Really, it was a nice nose. You walked behind the counter, then settled on the stool there while Vienna looked around the store. She examined things very curiously. Her fingers often just hovered over the surface of objects without touching them, as if she were somehow feeling their energy. When she did pick something up, she would turn it around and around in her hands, tilting her head this way and that to see every single angle. Her mismatched eyes narrowed like she was looking at a difficult puzzle, when she was really examining a teapot. She held it up to the sunlight despite the fact it was opaque, like it would reveal something hidden that no one else had ever noticed. Then she put it back down, not exactly where it had been, but close enough that you didn't feel the need to correct her. The strangeness of it all brought a smile to your face somehow. After a morning with Emmett and Florian, she was something fresh. Found anything? I can give you some suggestions too if you tell me a little about your mom. She's really good at finding things, not just keys or socks, but things you didn't know you lost, like hope or patience. Yeah, she's good at finding those. Oh, she laughs at colors too, bright colors, happy ones. Her hands are always warm. That's interesting. I think maybe this? Oh, this is so cute! Cool, I think she'll like this. She likes shells, they're so quiet. I bet it knows how to listen too. Thanks for your help, you're cool. I barely did anything, but you're welcome. Hey, if you ever need anything else, we'll be here. Thanks, I think I'll come back again. Maybe on another day when the sun is shining, or maybe not. Great, get home safely, right? And I hope your mom likes the gift. Vienna waved towards you, then headed out the door with her purchase in her arms. Congrats on your first sale and all that. I hope they're all that exciting. Do you know her? Do I look like I know every single person in town? Honestly, no, you look like someone who would go out of their way not to know everyone in town. I mean, does she stop by the store often? Not that I've noticed, maybe once or twice, but I don't know. I'm usually in the storeroom. I can tell you look like you need to get some more sunlight, mister. No thanks, I burn easily. I wonder why. I wonder why it is that you burn easily. They sell things for that, you know? Sunscreen, aloe vera. Why do you care? They're not going for the third option even though it'd be really funny. It'd be really funny. I don't really. I don't. I mean, I do, but it's not like we know each other enough for me to worry about you too much. You're the only real person I know in town so far. I don't want you to fall over dead on me. Thanks. The bell chiming for the second time that afternoon drew you both away from your conversation, and Florian used it as a chance to retreat back into the supposed storeroom. On has suitors, holy shit! Beautiful Sylvie, apple of my eye, belle of my heart, would you do me the greatest honor of... The man before you wore his long, wild hair back in a loose ponytail, and his shirt perhaps one button too far undone, depending on who you asked. He was down on one knee as if about to serenade you with the world's most beautiful poetry. Or ask you to marry him. You are not Sylvie, I see, though I can sense her genes a mile away. You must be Altair. Yeah. Okay. You watched him spring to his feet. He was certainly far more sprightly than he looked, and walked forward to put a hand on your shoulder. Are you gonna buy anything? We have $57 to our name. I've heard so much about you, and even that is not enough. He reached out to shake your hand smoothly, his energy contagious. I'm sorry I left to return the favor, but... You are? Ah, so the lovely owner of this store hasn't yet had the chance to mention me. That sounds just like our Sylvie. Quinn Bakerland at your surface. Occasional poet, but full-time chef. You're a chef and your last name is Bakerland? Okay. Okay. And you and my aunt are... Ah. No, you misunderstand. Is she the most beautiful woman to ever grace this town? Yes, of course. Does my heart become a flutter when she walks into the room? Certainly, without a doubt. Do I near fall to my knees each time she speaks my name? That would be obvious. Where was I? Your relationship to my aunt? Right. Yes, we're dear friends. Right, friends. Well, it's nice to meet you, Mr. Bakerland. Please, call me Quinn. Family to Sylvie is family to me. Quinn, then. I did that and I think I kinda... Oh my god, I think I got something in my eye the moment I did the wink. I think something fell into my eye. Okay. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but my aunt is actually out of town for the next few months. I'm just here helping while she's away. My heart shatters into a million pieces once more. But that hardly is your fault. I should not ruin such a momentous occasion. I have never met any of Sylvie's family. You must be very special indeed. I wouldn't say that. Special? I don't think I'm particularly special. Yeah, this town seems to be all supernatural. I'm just a little old human. My grandparents have passed away and my mother and aunt are estranged. I'm really the only other family she has. And I can tell you're special to her. You would not be here if you were not. What did you want my aunt to have the honor of, then? Ah, this is most fortuitous. There's no one that could take our lovely Sylvie's place but you, of course. Are you fond of fine meals, beautiful atmospheres, and live music? Yes, and yes. Divine. I have a restaurant just off the main street. I have just created a new dish. I call it my crimson risotto. I love that he's just like... Wrong one. He's just like sparkly, like he's like, ah! Roasted beets, rich vegetables, broths, a swirl of cream, and topped off with mushrooms. Ah, my mouth salivates at the thought. Please, would you do me the honor of sampling my new dish? Who am I to turn down a meal? Delightful. Ah, but I need some time to prepare. Tomorrow night, I will astonish you with the finest food in Willowmist or beyond. And before I forget, welcome to town, Altair. There's no other place like it. You'll be calling it home before you even realize it. Thanks, Quinn. I appreciate the warm welcome. And warmer it will get once you taste my cooking. I must depart immediately to prepare. Please, await tomorrow evening with as much anticipation as you would give your birthday. Was the heartiest laugh you've ever heard. Quinn left the store with a grin that nearly went from ear to ear. The soft near evening sunlight drifted through the doorway as he left. Pulling out your phone, you noted the time. 5:03 p.m. Ah, shit. You scrambled to pull up your text, where you could see nearly a dozen left by your mother in the tune of, "Did you arrive safely?" and "Oh my god, you're dead." Sorry, Mom. I'm here, I'm alive, I just caught up in everything, I'm totally fine. Altair. Dear Lord above, you nearly gave me a heart attack. I was this close to getting on a train there myself. Maybe I should have waited a little longer to text then. Not funny. I know, really, I'm sorry. I'm just glad you're okay, my baby. Totally okay. Met a few new people already, and mostly everyone is super friendly. The town is beautiful, Mom. You'd love it. Lots of beautiful scenery to paint. I think. Honestly, I've barely left the store yet, lol. You know I haven't painted in years. Maybe you just lack the right muse. Anyways, I need to close up the store now. Alright, text me if anything happens, okay? Yes, Mom. Love you. You flipped the sign on the door over to close as Florian re-entered the room. You miss all the fun staying holed up in that storeroom. I don't really care, I prefer it that way. So, antisocial? Well, I guess I can understand in a way. Well, you do you. I'm gonna go upstairs and start unpacking. You don't have to stick around all night, you know. It's fine, I start late and I stay late. Why not just start earlier then? I just prefer it this way, it's quieter. I'm also a vampire. Well, alright, I don't mind, really. Get home safely, okay? Sure, maybe. Leaving Florian to his work, you headed back upstairs. Piece by piece, you unpacked your belongings slowly. It wouldn't do you any good to spend the next 3 months living out of your suitcase. If you were going to live here, you were going to do it right. Still, you felt almost reluctant to disturb the quiet rhythm of the room at first. Your aunt had turned this space into a home, and gradually you were adding to it, making it become something more, hopefully, something even better. Each item you pulled from your suitcase, a soft sweater for the winter here, a stack of well-worn books there, found its place amongst your aunt's belongings, like thread woven into someone else's fabric. A framed photographs of your aunt, much younger and standing in front of the store, sat nestled beside a ceramic teacup, its handle chipped but cherished. You placed your own picture frame carefully next to it, unsure if it would fit. It somehow felt right, like a new memory slipping into an old album. You pulled out more of your treasures, a glass vial of sea glass you'd collected with your mom, a well-worn notebook that smelled faintly of ink, and your laptop, which you placed on the desk. As you slid your clothes onto your chest of drawers, you noticed that the sun had long since settled over the horizon. Packing had seemed so quick. Unpacking was another beast entirely. You found your way over to the window. Hands full was a pair of tall pink glasses you'd been given all the way back on your 18th birthday. They lingered there, feeling the cool night breeze wash over your skin. The soft glow of the moon... Oh my god, my hand is cramping up. Ah, wow. The soft glow of the full moon was already casting its silvery light through your room, and in the distance you could see the mountains that loomed like gentle giants, their peaks softened by a veil of mist that curled around them in a dreamlike patterns. Here and there you could see faint trails of smoke rising from chimneys, fading lazily into the sky, but mostly everything outside was still. You turned away from the window, suddenly feeling that familiar feeling of being watched again. And in the corner of the room, you saw it. Something, a person, perhaps, floating a foot off the ground, head tilted to the side as if it were too heavy to carry, staring at you with wide eyes. What in the ever-loving hell is... Your time is near. You can't hide from me any longer. The pair of glasses in your hand instantly fell from your gift, smashing on the wooden floor. Shards went in every direction. No, my glasses! Ah, shit. Your eyes snapped back up in search of the person, but found the space she had occupied now empty. Am I not getting enough sleep or something? You knelt down, inspecting the damage. One glass had survived, luckily, so you collected that quickly and put it aside. Though the other one hadn't fared so well. It was in mostly large pieces. Grimacing, you slowly picked up and disposed of each piece. Ouch. And just your luck, the final one was the one that cut you. You quickly disposed of it, then cleaned your wound, but couldn't find a first aid kit anywhere in the room. Maybe there's one downstairs in the storeroom. So I think it's fair to say there's supernatural elements. Florian, are you still here? Could kinda use your help if you are. What is it? I'm not paid to help you with personal stuff, you know. He walked out from the storeroom, arms crossed. Something really weird just happened. I swear I saw someone in my room. She spoke to me. Then I kinda dropped the glass and got cut. It's not that bad, but I could use a band-aid if we have any. All the color dropped out of Florian's face in a moment. He stared at you with wide open eyes, mouth open slightly, yet no words escaped. You're not that bad, is it? He almost looked like he was going to be sick as he charged out of the front door, leaving you staring out towards him in disbelief. Yeah, he's a vampire. Wait, Florian? Tiny drop of blood dripped to the ground. I guess I'll find it myself. It didn't take you long to find the first aid kit. Your aunt had decided to forgo the usual plastic box with a cross on it, and instead had picked out an old wooden chest. It was a little scuffed and weathered, with brass hinges that creaked when you opened it, but it was very much fully stocked. You found bandages of all sizes, neatly rolled gauze, and adhesive stripes in patterns ranging from plain beige to princes and knights. You also noticed a few other slightly more eccentric additions. A small vial of silver dust labeled for curses, a flask of dark red liquid labeled emergency F only, a broken mirror which you made sure not to touch, with a note attached that read, for illusions or lies. F only is definitely for our bestie the vampire. There was also more of what you had expected to see, herbs, powders, and other natural remedies. Your aunt was into that kind of stuff, after all. You pulled out a plaster and quickly stuck it to your hand, but fortunately, the bleeding had already stopped. It wasn't much worse than a scratch, luckily. You opened the door and poked your head out, searching the mostly darkened streets for Florian's figure. No matter where you looked, though, you couldn't see him. It seemed he didn't just step outside, he was gone. I didn't mean to upset him. I'll have to apologize tomorrow. My nose is so itchy. Giving up for the night, you headed back upstairs and into your room, then settled into bed. Just like that, you fell asleep, surrounded once again by the unfamiliar scent of the store. So we have Ghosty, we have a vampire. I wonder what our friend the accountant is. Okay, click save, good. Who the? Your eyes shot open at the sound of someone banging on the door downstairs. With blurry sight, you look towards your phone. 6:04 a.m. Not Florian, then. I'm getting up. We're so cute. Look at our PJs. The banging on the door continued. It got louder and the closer you became. Stranger, too, because it sounded less like someone's fist and more like a hunk of metal. I'm coming. No need to break the door down. Heh. Oh. I opened my mouth too much. My jaw popped. Ow. My liege, I humbly kneel before you as both protector and servant. From this day forth, my life is yours to command. I, Dame Lucilla del Rosario, of the Order of the Crown, do hereby swear an oath upon my honor and my blade. No harm shall come to you while I yet draw breath. Your enemy shall be mine, your struggles mine to shoulder. I know for a fact we're just here like... Okay. What the hell? The mysterious knight lifted her head, looking directly towards you. You saw it. It was hard to tell with the whole helmet thing going on. Even if it shall cost me my life, I shall stand by your side. I ask for nothing in return but the chance to serve a worthy cause. By my oath, I shall be your loyal, steadfast shield and your loyal sword. At 6 at 6 in the morning? Honor and stuff is great, but at 6 in the morning? Honor and servitude, no time limit, my liege. The suit of armor rises, straightening out to stand taller than you. I think I might still be a little confused. I understand trust does not come easily. Please rest easy, my liege, for I shall prove myself worthy of your trust. Fion? Fee? Fee, where are you? I know it's like 6 a.m. Please come home. Please come to the store. I'm scared. Okay, hold on a second. First of all, please just call me Altair. I'm afraid I cannot, my liege, for that would be improper. Please? If you wish it, then I will make it so, Altair. Thank God. You calling me my liege and it's going to awaken something in me. Okay. Okay, good. Now, what was the whole get up? The armor? My deepest apologies. It was not my intent to arrive here underdressed. I beg your forgiveness. What do you mean underdressed? You're in a full suit of armor. This set is hardly more than ceremonial. Lady Sylvie gifted it to me as a gesture of goodwill, and I wear it with pride. Alas, it was ill-suited for the trials of battle. Fine display, to be sure, yet lacking the weight and reinforcement required of true combat gear. Lady Sylvie deemed my true armor too imposing for daily wear, intimidating, I believe she said. Rest assured, should the need for battle arise, I shall be ready. The armor gifted by Lady Sylvie may shine with splendor, but my true steel lies close at hand, prepared to serve. You know my aunt? Aye. One moment. The knight tilted her head slightly, then reached up and pulled the helmet free from her head. For a moment her face was obscured by the shadow of the morning light, but then she shook her head. You watched on in amazement as waist-long hair tumbled free in soft waves, brushing over the polished shoulders of her armor, framing a serene, resolute face. I need to contact all my lesbian friends. I need to let them all know about this game. I need to tell them, girl, play this game. There is a night lady. There's a night lady and you need to play this game. I don't know how much longer we're gonna be able to stream because I'm very sleepy. Her eyes met yours, clear and steady. Holy shit, where did all that hair come from? I feel like there's so much to unpack here. Please forgive the dramatic display, Altair. Helmets do a little to flatter, but duty requires practicality even at the cost of appearance. To answer your previous question, before making your acquaintance, I was in service to Lady Sylvie. With your arrival, it passes on to you. Do not fret, I will not stand in your way. You will hardly know I am here. But while you are in this town, I will protect you and this store with my life. I'm not really sure that will be necessary, but thank you. I am but a humble servant. Your thanks is kind, though unnecessary. You watch as Lucille, now helmetless, takes her place beside the doorway, sword strapped to her hip. I must also beg your forgiveness for not being present upon your arrival. I have had trouble with one of the contraptions in my place of living, what Lady Sylvie calls my apartment. A contraption? Yes, a magical device that produces water as if from thin air. I believe a curse was put on it, and water began to flood as far as the eye could see. Fortunately, a sorcerer removed the curse, and now it works as intended. Does she mean her sink broke? So, okay. You work with my aunt, but your sink broke yesterday, so you couldn't come to greet me? That is correct indeed. So you live nearby? Yes, so I am not originally from this town. I think we can tell that, girly. Oh, me either. We have something in common. I love that he's just like, I just want to make friends. Everyone here is so fucking strange, but I just want to make friends. I hail from the kingdom of Valinde, which was once present in these lands. Never mind. I see that you're still in your night clothes. Do you require help in dressing? Huh? Are you offering to undress me right now? I believe that it. ¿Qué te pasa? ¿Qué? ¿Qué? ¿Qué pasa? Sí, ¿qué pasa? ¿Quieres? ¿Quieres? I believe that getting dressed requires one to first be undressed, yes. You need not question my intentions, they are entirely pure. I only wish to serve. It's too early for this. I think I'll be okay. I'll go get dressed and come back in a minute. Please, take all the time you need, my altar. I will go to the store in your absence. Lucille took her helmet back from where she'd put it aside and slid it back into place. There's someone claiming to be a knight standing in my store, and for some reason I feel like the strange one right now. We headed back upstairs. I'm gonna try to like finish this day before I call a stream. Slipping off your pajamas, you shook your head. You never met a knight before. You were beginning to feel like maybe this was all a long extended dream. To be honest, I kinda dig it though. I didn't want things to be different, right? I get more different than a knight waking you up at 6 in the morning and pledging allegiance to you. Lucille still stood by the door, posture perfect. She almost looked like one of the antiques on display. Housekeeping order going? Well, I'll tell no one intruded on your establishment while you were absent. I remain vigilant. Thanks, Lucille. Keep up the good work. I like that we're just like, well, guess this is our life now. Guess this is what we're going with. I guess I'll just get to it. Let's see what to do today. Oh, there we go. Okay. Welcome to the Willowmist Emporium, Altair. How pricing works. Each item in your inventory has a hidden value range. Your job is to pick a price within that range. At first, pricing might feel like guesswork, but you'll get better as you go. Your smart skill helps you estimate prices more accurately. When your smarts is slow, you'll only have a rough idea of that something is worth. As smarts increases, your valuation gets sharper, making it easier to spot a good deal and avoid overpricing. Items come in different quality levels: poor, normal, good, or perfect. Higher quality items fetch higher prices. Set, adjust prices before each shift. See how customers respond to your prices, learn from the results, and adjust prices for next time. We'll man the counter, and then we'll clean the store. You're sitting behind the counter when the door opens and a short figure steps in, framed by the sun. Hi, I'm glad your store is still here. It would have been concerning if it wasn't. Yes, exactly, so I'm very happy. Did your mom like her birthday present? She smiled all day and night, and she's a good smiler. I'm so glad to hear it. Can I help you with anything else today? You're back so soon. I didn't realize kids your age were so into antiques. The shop smells like fun, so I wanted to come back. Maybe I'll find something else to make Mom smile. The day is always good when she smiles. She drifted across the floor with that same light, careful gait, as if she barely needed to step on the ground to move. It was strange, but interesting. Her path curved towards the tall antique mirror leaning against the shelf. The glass was a little fogged at the edges, silvery where the silvering had flaked. It's a pretty mirror, isn't it? But unfortunately it's not for sale. I might be able to find you something similar, though. When you look at yourself, how do you know it's really you? That's a pretty weak question for an otherwise quiet day. I don't know, cause I'm face blind. I like big questions. They fit more wonder inside. You step closer. In the mirror, your reflections lined up side by side. For a heartbeat, something odd flickered. Vivi's mismatched eyes swapped left for right. And then the glass looked perfectly normal. You blinked once, twice, confused. We're not selling this mirror. Well... I suppose I know it's me because I remember being me. I've had this face forever, but how could I be anyone but me? But history is heavy and memories can change. Do you think they could ever take a person away from their reflection? Sometimes I feel like I don't deserve my reflection. Like I'm wearing something very beautiful that belongs to someone else. Kid, what the fuck are you? And if I breathe too loudly, it might notice and ask for it back. But I want to keep it. She pressed her fingertips almost, but not quite, against the glass, then dropped her hands abruptly and turned back to you. Maybe you can share your reflection then. That's not so bad. Sharing is nice. Thank you for answering. Of course. Can I stay here a while longer, just a little, until my mom is done shopping? Sure, take as much time as you need. By the way, shouldn't you be at school? Not today, I only go to school on the days I can remember to. Okay. Doesn't your mom mind? Mom likes it more when we're together. I think you'd like her. She's a very good mom. Okay. Vivi wandered away from the mirror, her hands hovering over shelves until she paused at the display of small broken trinkets waiting in a discount bin. There was a cracked porcelain doll head, a chipped teacup, and a wind-up toy missing its faceplate. Can I touch these? Be my guest, they're too damaged to sell anyway. If you find anything you like, you can just take it. She crouched down and gently lifted the doll head, tilting it this way and that. Then she picked up the broken toy and studied the round space where its face had once been. Her mismatched eyes lit up with some curious idea. With surprising deftness, she set the porcelain head against the toy's body, pressing the edges until they fit with a strange, uncanny snugness. The toy stared back at you with wide, painted doll eyes, its small key clicking faintly when Vivi gave it a twist. The figure lurched forward with a studying hop, the barrowed face bobbing as if it belonged there all along. See? Now they're both happier. The doll gets to move again and the toy isn't faceless anymore. Better when broken things share their parts, and no one has to be alone. That's creative. I don't think I would have thought of that. They're both happier now, even if one is gone and the other's a bit wrong. I'm impressed, Vivi. Maybe I should hire you to fix all of our broken stuff. I could help, but Mom is done shopping, so I have to go. I can come back later if that's okay. I'd like that. Have a nice day, Vivi. And tell your mom I said hello. I will. She'll like you, I think. You both smell like home. Oh, that's a new one. Oh, I got XP. Nice. She gave a small wave, then left the store. You stared down at the strange, mismatched doll and wondered what it could possibly mean. Complete one Vivi event. Daughter. Our very strange odd daughter. Probably not haunted. We'll make it maybe between 2 and 35. It's normal, it's common. We're gonna make it 15, I think. You stare, it stares back. Who will win the staring competition? Normal, common. Between 6 and 87? I'm gonna go for 60 for this one. Wearing this, it can be Christmas all year round. I'll go for 25 for this. Oh, I meant to look at the other stuff. I didn't mean to click enter. Ah! Oh well, that's fine. Get seated behind the counter, ready for today's customers. Hi, not Granny Sylvie. The bell is chimed and a customer comes inside. Welcome. Not today, my pockets are full of rocks instead of coins. This was fun. See you next time. The customer leaves the store. Hi. Welcome. Vintage stuffed rabbit seems well kept, better than most antiques I've seen. Would you consider 11? How about we do... Yeah, that was gonna be my offer. 12 was gonna be my offer. About 12. That will do. I'll take it. Probably not haunted. We just sold something haunted to Emmett. I'm so sorry, King. Good day. Keep the books in order. See you next time. The customer leaves the store. You saw 2 customers today, but no one else is coming now. We have $69. Nice. The door chimes rang as someone clad in protective gear once again entered the store. And you look down at your watch. 11:58 a.m. Perfect time for a break. Morning. Sir Florian, one can hardly call it morning any longer. Did the morning sun's rays offend you so grievously you cannot bring yourself to join us until they have waned? Yes, because he's a vampire. Lucille crossed her arms, the distinct sound of metal scraping against metal. She looked menacing like that, with her helmet still on. Okay, I'm gonna open my door for my cat, because she's laying down, she's loafing very politely, and she normally doesn't do that, so I'm gonna open the door for her, because she's being very polite about it. The moment I got up, she started meowing at me. I have hair in my mouth, oh my god. Florian just shrugged. It didn't seem he found her menacing at all. Yeah, nice to see you too. I don't know why you're acting all surprised. I've always started in the afternoon. Look at them bows, covered from head to toe. The night rises with the dawn, ready to meet the day's challenges head on. Yet you appear content to let half the battle pass you by. I'll leave the night shit for the night, if that's alright. Lucille placed her hands on her hips, tilting her helmet-covered head slightly, as if considering him. Do you not feel some obligation to lend your strength to the morning's labors? The store requires diligence at all hours, not merely those convenient to you. Lucky you're here, then. I don't do mornings. If Sylvie doesn't care, I don't know why you do. Very well, if your current arrangement serves the store well, I shall not press further, but do consider that your efforts, no matter the hour, reflect your honor and dedication to this establishment. I don't think mopping floors is all that honorable, but sure, whatever. Honor comes with every job, Sir Florian. Whether one wields a blade or arranges wares, it is the spirit in which the task is performed that matters most. Do carry on, then, but know that the dawn is the most inspiring sight, should you ever choose to witness it. Yeah, I know, maybe one day. Good, I trust we shall work together most admirably today. When Lucille went back to standing by the door, he used the opportunity to catch Florian by the wrist and pull him aside. Florian pulled his wrist away from you, eyes on the ground. Right, I forgot about last night. We'll cross that bridge when I've dealt with the elephant in the room. I'm guessing you've met Lucille before? Hard not to, seeing as she's always here. Maybe you can explain to me why there's someone in a full suit of armor in our store then, please? Trust me, that's not her full suit of armor. You should have seen her when she first turned up. Silver hired her a few months back. My aunt did? Yeah. That's what she does, takes in strays. We really don't need an armored guard for an antique store, but she got the job anyway. I guess it gives her something to do. Why does she think she's a knight? Because she is one, apparently. I don't know. She looks like a knight to me. Florian's like, bro, I don't care. How could she be a knight? She has a sword. Is that the only requirement for knighthood? Okay, fine, she has a sword. Can't argue with that. Listen, about last night, Lauren looked back down to the ground again, avoiding eye contact for a few moments before sighing and looking back to you. I'm scared of blood. Huh? That's all it was. I was surprised. Sorry. You should have said something. I wasn't trying to scare you. No, forget that. I apologize. I should have dealt with it myself. Come here. Florian grabbed you by the wrist. It was a light touch. He was careful not to hurt you as he pulled you towards the counter. Then he left you for a moment before returning with the same first aid kit you used yesterday. Have you procured an injury, Sir Florian? Shall I fetch a physician? No, I've got it handled. I'm fine, Florian. It's a tiny cut. I already fixed it up. You're supposed to change it twice a day. And Olga's pound. Oh, she's pound. I am? It heals properly. You're supposed to change the band-aid twice a day? I don't... I didn't know that. I guess I'll just sit down. He's blushing and he's looking to the side. He dug through the wooden box, pulling out some antiseptic and a new bandage. You really don't need to. I should be able to do this much. I have to. Sylvie said I should do shit like this. At that, you shut your mouth. Florian looked so serious in that moment, like this was about more than just a band-aid. He sat you down on the edge of the counter, then peeled away your old bandage after putting on a pair of disposable gloves. Florian grimaced, almost putting up his nose at the sight of your cut, which really wasn't too bad. Luckily, it also didn't hurt. You sat there quietly as he performed his task like a ritual, putting the antiseptic on your cut, which stung like a bitch, then covering it again with an adhesive bandage. Thanks, Florian. Not a big deal. And why does it feel like one? Oh my god. I really did see someone in my room last night. Whoever she was, she disappeared when I broke my glass. Well, I don't know, maybe the place is haunted. You think? Or maybe you just imagined it. Anyways, I gotta get to work. Right, yeah, thanks again, Florian. You spent a couple of hours cleaning the store. By the end of it, you're happy with your efforts. Yay, we're fully clean now. As the sun crested the horizon and day slowly began to turn into night, you turned your open sign to closed. Phew. Another day down. It was pretty busy today. Yeah, I guess. Some days are like that, other days we're just twiddling our thumbs until we can go home. Frankly, that's more like what I was expecting. I thought an antique store in the countryside wouldn't have a lot of activity. Would an antique store in the city have any more activity? Maybe? Antiques and thrifting and stuff are pretty popular these days. I always thought it was only old people who liked antiques. What, you don't like them? Looks like a load of junk to me. Junk? You should not say such things, Sir Florian. I really wish you'd just call me Florian. Lady Sylvie has spent her lifetime curating this collection of fascinating oddities. It would do you well to hold your tongue if it only spits this taste. Why does there's this one word for all this crap? I mean, you do you, but is there a reason you work here if you don't care about the store? I care about the store and the owner. I don't care about antiques. Your aunt helped me through some shit. Gave me this job when I had nowhere else to go. I appreciate that. Doesn't mean I have to be into used lampshades and rusty axes. I guess that makes sense. Speaking of it being busy though, how do I go about finding more things to sell? We'll run out soon enough unless I start pillaging the decorations. I don't know, go steal from someone's trash can. Do I look like a raccoon to you? You really want me to answer that? I do not think you look like a raccoon, Altair. Perhaps you have more qualities similar to a red panda. Your red coat is divine. I'm a red panda. Thanks, Lucille. I'm glad someone here appreciates me. Your aunt had a few different avenues of her Your aunt had a few different avenues for her junk, I think. I don't really know the specifics. She does have an attic filled with it, though. You can pick through that, might find something. Or you might find nothing. That seems more likely. Oh, an attic? Yeah, Sulu's been meaning to sort it out for ages. If you get injured trying to work through the mess, it won't be my problem though. They can dig out the key and show you tomorrow. Thanks, that sounds great. At that moment, your stomach let out a low grumble. Oh, right. Do you guys know Quinn? The chef guy? Yeah, I guess. You couldn't sound less interested. Florian rubbed at the back of his neck, looking away. He's nice or whatever. We just don't get along. I don't know. I guess we're too different of people or something. He's pouting again. Sir Quinn is an excellent cook who makes feasts fit for royalty. Lady Sylvie did well in seeking his companionship. Companionship. Interesting. He invited me to his restaurant to try a new recipe tonight. I nearly forgot about it. How fun was that? Oh, I'm not even a little bit interested. I'm not hungry because I'm a vampire. I don't eat human food. I've got work to do anyway. What, sweeping the floors you've been sweeping all day? It'll be fun. For you, maybe. Anyways, bye. Have fun or whatever. At that, Florian left the room. Lucille? I would be honored to tear. In truth, I had already considered offering to accompany you, should you require a guardian for the evening. It is only fitting that I ensure your safety, even over a meal. Well, I'm not inviting you to as my guard. I'm inviting you as my friend so that we can go eat yummy food together. It's just dinner. I don't think I need a guard, just a friend if that's alright with you. A knight's duty is not bound by circumstance, whether it be a dinner or battle. I would gladly be your shield. But a friend. Indeed, I would enjoy the company. Oh. Perfect. I still haven't managed to take a look around town, so having a guide will save me from getting too lost. Sir Florian has not offered to show you around the settlement, truly. Well... Then please, allow me to escort you through the town and show you its finest landmarks. No harm shall come to you while I am by your side. Sounds like a plan to me. Let's make a whole night out of it. A night of it? I meant... Sure, a night of it. Oh my god, this one's going for a bit. The town of Willowmist glowed softly under the moon as you and Lucille stepped out onto the main street. The air was cool and fresh, carrying the faintest hint of blooming jasmine and the earthy scent of the forest. Just beyond the town's edge, somewhere a distant clock chimed the hour, its tones mellow and unhurried. You couldn't help but think that time seemed to feel slower here. There really was no need to rush, was there? It is a brilliant night for a stroll. Though the weather has begun to cool off, remnants of autumn still remain. Leaves scrunch under both of your footfalls pleasantly, singing farewell to their passing season. So, Lucille, how long have you lived in Willowmist? I believe it has been around 3 months now, give or take. Whoa, that's very recent. What brought you to town? It is a long and peculiar tale, Altair. One I am not certain you will believe, but if you wish to hear it, I shall tell it true. This must be related to why she thinks she's a knight. Because she just comes from the past. She's a knight. What do you want more from her? I'd be happy to hear it. Very well. 3 months ago, I was not in Willowmist. In fact, I was not in this world at all. At least not as it is now. I hail from a time long past, an age of kings and castles of honor and oaths sworn beneath banners floating in the wind. You stare at her, still trying to gauge whether she was pulling your leg or not. But Lucille looked completely and utterly serious. I was engaged in the most dire battle, when the world itself seemed to shift beneath me. One moment I stood upon the battlefield, the next I awoke amidst the unfamiliar sights and sounds of this town. That's... I like to think I'm easygoing, but time travel's a lot to take in. I understand your doubt, and yet I have no reason to deceive you. This armor, these weapons, even my manner of speech, all relics of an age long forgotten. Surely you have noticed their antiquity. You're being serious, aren't you? I swear it upon my honor. When I arrived, I had no knowledge of this place, or this time. The world I knew was gone, replaced by one of the strange machines and costumes. You can't seriously be telling the truth, right? Potential ghost in the store, sure. A time-traveling knight? But I guess she really doesn't have a reason to lie to me. I'll just go along with it for now. That's kinda nuts, you know? Indeed, it is kinda nuts. How you managed to adjust, that must have been a lot of change. With great difficulty, I assure you. Your aunt was the first to show me kindness. She took me in, clothed me, and taught me the ways of this new world. Were it not for her, I might have been lost entirely. For reasons I cannot explain, I feel as though it was meant to be here. Perhaps fate has a purpose for me still. Damn, that's one way to think about it. You're strong, you know that? Stronger than me. I wish I could go with the flow that easily. I am a knight, Altair. Adaptation and perseverance, or as you put it, going with the flow, are the very essence of survival. I have pledged my service to you not only out of duty, but because in this unfamiliar land you may have given me purpose, and for that I am grateful. Why do you think you are not strong, Altair? I see no reason to doubt yourself so. Strength is not measured solely by the swing of a blade or the weight of one's armor. It lies in the choices we make, the burdens we carry, and the resolve to continue forward when the path is uncertain. I suppose so. When did you become a knight, Lucille? I was 7 when I was sent to the local lord's castle to begin my training. 7? That's so young. I'm 26 now. I feel like I've done nothing with my life in fear that I would choose wrong. So much time has passed me by. I've seen friends start families, get married, climb the career ladder. But I'm still the same as I was 80 years ago. Is that why you chose to come to Willowmist? It felt like something I could do, a choice I could make. So, I guess so. When I began my training as a squire, a trainer once said to me that there is no shame in fear, only surrendering to it. Your path forward may be unclear at times, Altair, but it is there all the time. Time spent on the journey is no waste. Oh, so they'll put a heart with it if it's gonna be a romance. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thanks, Lucille. I just want to be friends with her. I have 2 men to romance. I'm trying my best. I guess that counts for something, huh? Indeed, you are far more capable than you believe. Trust yourself and you shall overcome any trial. Well, with words like those to back me up, I guess I gotta keep trying. I fear I've spoken too much and nearly forgot the purpose of our excursion. This way, allow me to introduce you to the finest establishment of Willowmist. The 2 of you, side by side, continued onwards through the town center. As you passed a brightly lit building, Lucille gestured towards it. Behold, the farmer's market. It is most curious. It is found indoors. In my day, one would venture at an open square at dawn, yet here the bounty of the land is neatly contained beneath a roof. I must admit it lacks the charm of market stalls, but the convenience is notable. It is open nearly no matter the hour. We have farmers markets in the city close to mine. Like, we have a farmers market every day basically, and they like from like 8 to almost like 8 a.m. to almost like 12 p.m. they're set up. And then some days instead of farmers markets we have like collectors markets, like mostly like sort of quote unquote antiques. Some people sell like old books and stuff like that, and that's something that my city does. And obviously winter is just common all around, but like during winter we have the winter market, and that's like in the main square where that gets set up. A grocery store? Yes, I believe that is what Lady Sylvie referred to it as. Further along, Lucille slowed her steps in front of the small clothing store. Its mannequins posed in stylish outfits, many of which wear winter coats. It would start to get cold soon, wouldn't it? And here we have the local tailor. Their wares may lack the intricate embroidery of royal finery, but they seem practical and well made. If you have need of garments for the winter, I would advise you to pay a visit. Maybe we could take a look together sometime. I would be honored, Altair. She led you onward, pausing briefly outside a plain brick building with a glowing green cross above its entrance. An apothecary, though I have yet to have need of their services. The potions they prepare must be most potent in this age, with all of the modern tools at their disposal. I'm not sure they use potions exactly, but medicine has probably come a long way. I can only imagine. I pray you do not have to find out anytime soon. Yeah, let's try to stay healthy for the next few months at least, alright? You have my word. Across the way. Lucille nodded to a squat building with darkened windows. The local woodwright's workshop is just over yonder. His craftsmanship is impressive, worthy of a noble commission even, but... But? There's nothing in particular. The master crafter simply gives me a certain sense of unease I cannot place. I do not doubt his skill, but there is certainly something about him that seems unnatural. However, in this town, that is not a strange thing. I'll keep that in mind if we ever run into each other. You humble me by taking heed of my words, my thanks. Now, Sir Quinn's dining establishment is just ahead. Ooh. This is nice. This is pretty. The atmosphere of the night seemed to change as you stepped into the Silver Oak. You were surprised to find it mostly outdoors, but that surprise was certainly not disappointment. Strings of twinkling lights crisscrossed overhead, casting a soft golden glow that danced off wooden tables and the cheerful faces gathered around them. The air was rich with a mouth-watering aroma sifting amidst freshly baked bread and the faint sweetness of roasted vegetables. Every now and then the scent of herbs and wood smoke wafted past, carried on the gentle evening breeze. Plates of food and frosty pints of beer made their way to tables, the clinking of glasses mingling with bursts of laughter and lively chatter. Someone at a table in the corner strummed the guitar. You came. Of course, how could I turn down the best chef in town? I brought a friend, I hope that's alright? The more the merrier when it comes to food, eh? Please, I reserved a table just for you. Sit. Before you could even place a hand on your chair to pull it out, Lucille had already done it. Allow me to do that for you. Ah, you are so well-mannered, Lucille. The world would be a better place if we had more people like you. I only help where I can, Sir Quinn. I'm so humble, too. Please, sit and enjoy the atmosphere. Deliciousness awaits. I like how Quinn's like, this girl is crazy. She's nice, though, so I don't mind. You sat down and Lucille adjusted your chair for you before crossing over to sit on the opposite side of the table. Her armor made a slight scraping sound, but you were impressed at how silent it was overall. Your aunt really did well picking that out. Where'd you manage to get armor like that anyway? I swear there's so much I don't know about her. Maybe I'll get to ask when she comes back home. It's only 3 months away after all. Everyone that's gonna romance her is gonna have the time of their lives. I'm so happy for y'all. You seem deep in thought, Altair. Oh, my bad. I was just thinking about my aunt. For a topic to be consumed by, your aunt is a wonderful woman. I'm almost jealous of you and Florian, you know? Jealous? You two honestly know her better than I do. All we know each other from is letters. Even now, I haven't seen her in, what, 21 years? That is indeed a long time to go without seeing one's own family, yet you cannot deny the bond you shared through your letters. The connection nurtured by words alone is no less meaningful. Yeah, but it's different, isn't it? I know her as my quirky aunt from the countryside who likes herbs and crystals. You, this town, really know her. Everyone I've spoken to seems to look up to her. She's the best of Willowmist. I do not think it is an exaggeration to say that this town would not flourish as it does without her. Big shoes to fill. You didn't fill her shoes, only bring your own. Lucille leaned back in her chair, her eyes flickering away from you. Nevertheless, I understand the weight of time lost. Probably better than anyone, I'm sorry. There's no need to apologize. Time, though it may slip through your fingers, grants us the moments we have now, and it is what we choose to do with those moments that truly matters. Though I need not remind you, Lady Sylvie did not ask Florian or I to attend to her most prized possession while she was absent. She asked you. In truth, it is part of the reason I have so quickly trusted in you. Lady Sylvie herself believes in you. She could have at least left me some instructions if she believed in me so much. Forget talking about me anyway. I'm more interested to know about your knightness. Do you truly find it so interesting? I do. Is that sword real? The blade I carry? Indeed, it is the same one I used in the battles of my youth. Youth hardly sounds like the right word. You look so young. Your words are most gracious, though I assure you my youth has long since passed. Were it up to my mother, and had I not chosen the path of a knight, I would have married many years ago. She often reminded me that a sword makes a poor companion, though I suspect she underestimated how loyal a blade can be. It's nice to know that despite the year, mothers are just like that. Your mother also wishes for you to marry. Probably. I think it has more to do with wanting grandchildren than wanting me to get married. But anyway, about that sword. You can really use it? Like, use it? I assure you, my training has not gone to waste. This blade has seen me through many trials, and though I pray it will not be necessary in this time, I am prepared to wield it should the need arise. Okay, I don't think I'll need you to stab anyone, but I do appreciate the offer. I will endeavor not to stab anyone in your presence. Maybe just not at all. At that, she cracked a smile. I carry a sword not as an act of aggression, but a promise of protection. I would never harm another who was not deserving of it. I could hardly be called a knight otherwise. You're making me want to see you swing that thing. I'd bet it'd be real cool. Perhaps one day, should the need arise, I shall demonstrate. Until then, rest assured that my skill remains sharp. I'm sorry, but I've got to ask, knights can get married? Indeed, though there are some limitations. We may not marry commoners, nor people of higher status unless arranged by our lords. Huh, I guess I just thought knights had to, you know, stay single, like monks or something. Not at all. While some knights do choose to forgo marriage in favor of their duties, it is not a requirement. We are permitted to wed, provided the union aligns with the expectations of our station. So, what happens if you fall for someone who doesn't meet the rules? Then one must choose between desire or duty. It is not an easy decision, but a knight's honor lies in loyalty to their vows. How complicated. Here I thought modern dating was difficult. Such is the life of a knight, but I would not trade it for anything. Honor and duty are the cornerstone of my existence, and to stray from them would be to betray myself. So, does that mean you've never, you know, fallen for someone? Lucile's composure faltered for the briefest moment, her cheeks coloring faintly beneath her confident demeanor. No, I have always prioritized my duties above such matters. There was little time to entertain a notion of romance. Well, honestly, dating when you're young is overrated anyway. Maybe you'll find someone in the future, maybe you won't. Either way works. Your words have never been spoken, Altair. Were I to continue as I am, protecting innocence and guarding the town, I would be eternally grateful. And if Romans were to find me, that would be fortunate too. Is that heavy? Seems like a lot to work around in at all hours of the day. God, I'm losing the ability to speak even further. We really are ending stream as soon as this day ends. For one not accustomed to such a weight, perhaps, but I have borne this weight since my youth. It feels as natural to me as the air I breathe. She glanced down at her polished armor, her expression thoughtful. Truthfully, this set is quite light compared to the one I wore when I first arrived in Willowmist. That armor was forged for battle, with heavy plating and chainmail beneath. And it carried far more than its own weight. Every dent and scratch held a memory on the field of my training. So, this must be like casual wear to you, huh? In a sense, yes. I find it reassuring in a way. Wearing it reminds me of who I am, no matter how strange this time may seem. I don't think I could ever stand upright in something like that, let alone move around so gracefully. Grace comes with time and practice, my friend, though I suspect you would carry it well should you ever wish to try. Bon appetit! Dinner is served. Quinn appeared as if from thin air, then placed 2 dishes down, one in front of each of you. What you saw would have been fit for the finest restaurant anywhere. The creamy beets were so red it almost surprised you. If it is delicious, then you will sing my praises through all of Willowmist. If it is not, then simply strike me down. as I could not bear the thought of serving our lovely Sylvie's family anything less than perfect. Well, she brought a sword, so let's hope it's good. Ah, I am near trembling in my boots. Please, taste, taste. It smells delicious. You raised a fork full of risotto to your mouth. The creamy texture, the tender rice, the velvety sauce, it was beyond delicious. As you chewed, the earthy flavor of the roasted beets, almost sweet, filled your mouth. Win, this is delicious. Magnificent. I must match him. Magnificent. You don't understand how that warms my heart so. I had worried for a moment. My prep time was cut short last night. The full moon does things to a person sometimes, you understand, huh? Oh, so he really is a werewolf. I didn't mention that earlier because I was like, no, he can't. No, I'm just looking too much. No, he is a werewolf. We have a vampire, a werewolf, a ghost, a time-traveling night lady, girly pop that might be something, the little kiddo, she might be something. Well, she's definitely something. Don't know what yet. And the accountant. Don't know what he could be. Maybe he is just a human that's autistic. That could also be a case. Me too. Me too, buddy. Me too. Nevertheless, enjoy. Fine company makes a meal even more delicious, eh? You looked back over towards Lucille, who seemed to be enjoying her meal just as much as you were. Quinn wandered back through the table, smiling and chatting to each person he passed by. Everyone looked happy to speak to him. He's really nice. Indeed, he is a noble man with a noble heart. We are fortunate to have him in Willowmist. Wow, okay, so my guess is that if you keep like you have to get all the way to the top part to get the romance route unlocked fully. Or that there's gonna be like platonic route and romance route. You continued eating, eyes passing over the various people that sat at the tables. There were all kinds, friends, couples, families. The atmosphere was extremely pleasant, and it was easy to fall into the town's rhythm. Absent-mindedly, you looked past Lucille's shoulders, your eyes locking into someone sitting a few tables away from you. Hi. Huh. That guy does know how to cut loose. I guess he just doesn't like me in particular. Oh. Hmm. Hmm. Oh well, no loss there, I suppose. Hey, Lucille. Yes, Altair? Don't turn around too quickly, but do you know him? He spun around incredibly obviously. Sir Emmett? Yes, he's often around at the store, assisting Lady Sylvie. What do you think of him? Lady Sylvie believes him to be a man of his word and extremely talented in his work. So my aunt likes him, that's good. He's a bit cold. As far as I am aware, he is like that with most people. Sir Emmett likes to keep a professional distance from much of the town. I'm gonna make that man my friend. I'm gonna make that man my friend if it's the last thing I do. I certainly hope it is not the last thing you do, but I will happily support you in your endeavor. Lucille, I will get you a girlfriend. I will get you a girlfriend somehow. I promise you that. A ghost. Perhaps a ghost. You will? Indeed, though he does not say it, I can only imagine that keeping such a distance becomes lonely at times. Putting that aside, however, perhaps it is time for us to take our leave. Most of your plates had long since been scraped clean, neither of you daring to leave even a single crumb behind. We'll have to do something to say thanks to Quinn. He didn't have to do all of this. You both stood from the table, weaving your way past the other guests. As you passed Emmett, he looked up from his plate and met your gaze more directly than usual. Oh, Altair. Hi. There you are. I was hoping I'd run into you. You were? Yes, I've been meaning to say something. I've been thinking about it for a while. It's not gonna be romance because we just met. You're doing better than I expected. He's confessing to me, he's confessing to me, he's confessing to me, he's confessing to me. That's not bad. I mean, it's good. Oh, thanks? He's flirting with me. This is how he flirts. Guys, trust me, I know this man very well. The store, the town is not easy. You make it look easier than it is. I don't think I've said this before. I should have. Are you feeling okay? I've never been better, Altair. Maybe a bit warm? Is it warm tonight or something? Okay. Aren't we going into winter? I'm trying to figure out what he could possibly be. Like, maybe he's Fae. That's why he has the pink streak in his hair. Maybe it's just you. I'm warm? Yeah, you seem warm. What was I saying? Something about me being warm? Right. That. You should stay. Oh, as fun as that sounds, I'm actually out with Lucille tonight. Why? We were having dinner. I should have asked first. I mean, I asked you for breakfast and you said no. Wait. He's not wearing his glasses. Is this like... Are we doing like Jekyll and Hyde sort of deal? Is he just drunk? Is it just normal DID? Who knows? We'll find out in the full game, I guess. Next time, have dinner with me. I would like that. Yes, I would. I would like that. I would like that. Yeah, that's good. Head home safe and don't forget you promised. Don't forget you asked me out. You hurried away with Lucille, waving things to Quinn on the way out. Lucille, I fear we may have just witnessed a real-life bona fide demon possession. Sir Emmett, you mean? He was being uncharacteristically amiable. He shot me down instantly when I suggested hanging out together outside of work. Perhaps he had a change of heart? You were wonderfully charming, Altair. Thanks, but I don't think so. Seriously, we need to call a priest or something. I like how we're like, this man is possessed. I shouldn't let that distract me though. Lucille, thanks for coming out with me. I had a great night. Food really is better with good company. You have my thanks for allowing me to accompany you, Altair. It was truly wondrous to get to know you as a person. Do you live far from here and want me to walk you home? That will not be necessary. Please, allow me to walk you home instead. As your knight, it is my sworn duty to ensure your safety. To allow you to escort me instead would be unthinkable. Willowmist seems pretty safe and quiet, though I don't think you need... I don't think you need to ensure my safety or anything. It is a quiet town, yes, but even the stillest waters may hide unexpected dangers. As your companion, I cannot allow you to face the night unguarded. Seriously, it's like a 10-minute walk. 10 minutes or 1 hour, it matters not. My role is as your protector does not end when the sun sets. Please, allow me to fulfill my oaths. You sighed, but found it more amusing than anything. Alright, you win, Miss... Miss Lady Knight, lead the way. As it should be, my liege. Altair. Lucille's voice softened, the faintest glimmer of a smile touching her lips as she gestured for you to follow. Together, you stopped through the cold night air, the quiet streets of Willowmist stretching before you. Right, Altair. There we go. I am now safely deposited back home. All is well with the world. Now, I feel bad letting you walk home alone. Please do not trouble yourself with such thoughts. If anyone even entertained the notion of harming me, I would be able to defend myself. And as you say, Willowmist is quite safe. And you agree you didn't need to walk me back? My nose is so itchy. Safe or not, it's my duty to see you safely home, but I will admit perhaps my insistence was not entirely selfless. I find that I rather enjoy your company. Her tone is softened, a glimmer of warmth in her usually composed demeanor. So, while it is my honor to fulfill my role as your knight, I must confess it is also my pleasure. Oh-ho! Someone's a smooth talker. Only an honest talker, Altair. And now that you are safely home, my mission is complete. I bid you good night, with the hope that we shall meet again on the morrow. Sorry, my nose is really itchy. She offered a light bow, her golden hair catching the soft glow of the night as she turned and began her journey home, leaving you with a faint smile lingering on her lips. Man, she's really great. What a good friend. You turned towards your door, taking the old key out of your pocket. It was halfway turned in the keyhole when you heard voices within. I win and Florian loses. Hehehehe. Someone owes me $5. What are you even gonna do with $5? Pushed open the door, peering curiously into the room. Ah! Jesus Christ, can you stop sneaking around in the middle of the night all the time? Maybe you should spend less time skulking about here in the dark then. Was someone else here? Huh? I thought I heard you talking to someone. At your comment, he rubbed at the back of his neck, looking away. What weirdo would be hanging around here this late? I mean, you for one. I work here. At night, alone, in the dark. So, just talking to yourself then? Guess so. Anyway, I'm busy. You sure look it. How was dinner? It was lovely. Quinn is an amazing chef. You really missed out, you know. Yeah, I know. At that, Florian's face dropped. I'll get back to work. Huh? Sure, have a nice night. You let an audible sigh when you finally reached your home away from home. The weight of the day's events had finally begun to settle on your shoulders. Every day seemed to be like that lately. Now, dressed in your pajamas, you got yourself a nice cool glass of water and settled down on a chair. Willowmist sure was strange, and boy, you were enjoying it so far. I wonder what was up with Emmett, though. The ghost. He said he'd stop by sometime. Oh wait, not Emmett, sorry. Emmett's... Florian's the one with the ghost. He said he'd stop by sometime. Maybe I'll get the chance to ask him. Maybe he really was swayed by my overwhelming charm. Gentle breeze reached you from the open window and you closed your eyes, leaning back and enjoying the feeling. And then you heard rustling. Opening your eyes, you saw a piece of paper at some kind of drift in on the wind before settling on top of the wardrobe. What the... Man, I'll close the windows if trash comes in on a breeze. You stood, then made your way over to the dresser, which you now realized was far too tall for you to reach the top of. Great, I'm going to be stuck with trash forever. That won't annoy me at all. I guess I'll ask Florian for a ladder tomorrow. Maybe the storeroom has something. At the moment, a soft, gentle green glow began to envelop the piece of paper, and it slowly fell into your outstretched hand. What? It seemed to be a letter, although rather short. It read, So, I might have gone a teensy bit overboard last night. It was supposed to be funny, not, you know, glass smashing, hand slicing funny. Anyways, I'm really sorry I made you get hurt. I didn't mean for that to happen. Promise. I hope you're feeling better. At the bottom was a hugely elaborate signature that you couldn't quite make heads or tails of. What in the... A teensy bit overboard? Is this Florian pranking me or something? Right, Altair, this has to be Florian. If it's not Florian, then... You glanced around the room, half expecting someone to jump out laughing, but the stillness of the room answered with silence. Your gaze returned to the letter as the sinking realization began to settle in. If it's not Florian, then no one else knew about the glass. Someone was in there. There is a ghost. Hey, ghost, once again, I'm really chill. No one answered. Well, I'm going to sleep now. Please don't steal my soul or anything while I'm asleep, alright? I promise it won't taste good. Won't taste good. No yummy soul from you. You quickly crawl into bed, settling into the soft sheets. No ghost disturbed you as you fell into yet another deep, restful slumber. Okay. That's all for today. Um, like, I'm not sure how long the demo is, but I'm very sleepy and I'm very tired. Um, if possible, I will try to continue the demo on Wednesday. Otherwise, I will definitely continue it on Sunday at the latest. I'll see if maybe I can do Friday for the demo. But yeah. Um Otherwise Friday or Wednesday I'll do the art stream. I don't think I'll do it tomorrow because I'm busy with work and stuff like that. But yeah, this was fun. I had fun. I'm enjoying it. I like the characters. I want to know what the fuck Emmett is. Um but yeah. Anyways, having said all that, thank you for coming. Leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff. You've been on YouTube, you know how it works. And I will see you guys next time. Bye bye, everybody. Bye bye.